Walk into almost any mid-market accounting firm in Australia right now, and you will find the same picture. Partners are drafting emails with ChatGPT, senior associates are running Copilot in Word, and juniors are pasting working papers into whatever chat window is open. There is no official policy, no institutional memory being built, and zero oversight. For partners and practice managers, this creates a serious dilemma. They know they need to capture the efficiency gains of AI, but they cannot tell if these ad hoc tools deliver a return on investment or just expose the firm to massive, invisible data and compliance risks. The way out of this trap is matching the right category of AI tool to the specific accounting job you need done. Right now, there are 3 main categories you need to care about. Category 1 is ChatGPT. It is a general-purpose chat assistant. It handles individual language tasks perfectly, but it is completely isolated from your firm's actual client data. Category 2 is Microsoft Copilot. This is an embedded layer. It is highly aware of your context, but it is strictly bound to the documents and emails inside your Microsoft 365 ecosystem. Category 3 is the Australian AI operating system. This is a purpose-built layer designed specifically to connect your email, your CRM, your documents, and your phone calls, and coordinate them using active AI agents. When firms treat these as 3 versions of the same product, they often find themselves trying to use a general-purpose hammer for a surgical task. These are different categories of infrastructure designed for different problems. Let's look at where ChatGPT actually belongs. If a partner needs to rewrite a late-night email to a client, or a team wants to brainstorm audit risks for a new industry, this is the right tool. It is also incredibly useful for internal training. Having a chat assistant explain a complex AASB accounting standard to a graduate saves hours of senior billable time. The trade-off is that the quality of the output depends entirely on the individual user's prompting skills. The system learns nothing over time, meaning all that institutional knowledge stays trapped in your staff's heads instead of being built into the firm's systems. That isolation leads to a critical operational danger. Because ChatGPT cannot see your systems, staff who want to save time will inevitably copy and paste draft tax returns, working papers, or client ledgers directly into a consumer chat window. This image of an ATO tax return highlights exactly what is at risk. When staff paste this kind of highly regulated, sensitive client data into consumer-grade AI, it gets sent through US-hosted models with zero audit trail. ChatGPT is an incredibly cost-effective personal productivity booster. But its complete lack of connection to your ledger makes it a compliance hazard for firm-wide workflows. Microsoft Copilot solves that context problem, provided you stay inside its walls. It is excellent at summarizing long Teams meetings and pulling out specific action items because it actually has access to the transcript. It operates with the same efficiency in Word. You can ask it to draft a standard engagement letter based on a few brief notes, and it will use your existing document context to format it correctly. But Copilot's utility abruptly stops at the edge of the Microsoft 365 boundary. It cannot reach Xero, MYOB, or your practice management software. The very places where your firm's real work happens are completely invisible to it. You also have to consider the financial reality of rolling this out across a practice. The per-seat software costs for Copilot are high, and those fees add up fast if only 3 or 4 people in a 30-person firm are actually using it as power users. Copilot is a secure, sensible upgrade for the tasks you do in Microsoft. It is simply not a substitute for true practice automation because it cannot reach the data that drives your firm. This is where an Australian AI operating system, like Sunny, becomes necessary. It is a purpose-built choice designed from the ground up for the compliance realities of professional services. It introduces the concept of firm memory. Instead of relying on individual prompting, the AIOS learns your firm's templates, tone of voice, and client preferences, and applies them across all its outputs. This allows the system to handle end-to-end tasks by simultaneously pulling context directly from your CRM and practice management systems. The system can draft the work, but requires explicit human approval before a single email is sent or file executed. It also maintains a full audit log. A partner can check any client file to see exactly what staff asked, what the AI proposed, who approved it, and what was sent. Because it processes data on local Australian infrastructure, you get a clear data sovereignty advantage. You can confidently tell your clients their information never goes offshore. The trade-off here is effort. Deploying an AIOS requires an upfront investment in structuring your firm's standard operating procedures so the agents actually know how you want them to act. By centering everything on institutional knowledge, the AIOS creates a workflow that keeps the partner's license protected while allowing juniors to act with the experience of the whole firm. The decision process comes down to this. Stop asking which tool is best in the abstract and start mapping your specific tasks to the appropriate tool. Rule 1. If you have a solo task with low data sensitivity that just requires individual productivity, like rewriting a staff bio, deploy ChatGPT. Rule 2. If the workflow has moderate sensitivity but is contained entirely inside the Microsoft ecosystem, deploy Microsoft Copilot. Rule 3. If dealing with firm-wide workflows involving sensitive client data, strict compliance, and partner oversight, deploy an Australian AIOS. A mature firm will run all three in parallel. Return on investment depends on keeping them in respective lanes, matching context to risk. If you want to see exactly how these systems handle actual accounting workflows, click the link in the description to book a live demo and bring this theoretical framework into practical reality for your firm.